It's a beautiful day here at Cedar Lakes.
Mendez Valley.
Just win.
And sometimes when you live in a small town,
There are no strangers.
Off as an award-winning sports writer and stadium voice at Ripley High for 30 years.
so I'm the one-man director of the Ripley Convention and Visitors Bureau.
We're now joined by the legendary PA voice of the Vikings, Mike Rubin. Rube, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, Brian. It's good to be here.
Good evening, fans, and welcome to the campus of Ripley High School for tonight's game as the Warren local Warriors take on your Ripley Vikings.
It's truly been a great ride with the Vikings this fall, and we'll hope that journey continues for a few more weeks.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, from Evans to Cottageville, from Kennet to New Era, Ripley High School is proud to present the pride of Jackson County, the Ripley Viking Band.
You always want to be the king where you live. No matter if you're at a basketball game, a baseball game, or what it is, you want to be the king where you live.
Thank you so much for joining us behind all the home games at Ripley High School. You're so much a part of the atmosphere there, and we appreciate you being with us tonight.
All right, fans, it's football time. Mendez Valley. Let's bring
Early lights, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose brush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare on our thirsting air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this started.
Saturdays from
Number 13,
till 3. Come in the attack and title service. Next to Dominic.
Starting at forward, a senior, number 20.
Dominic Taylor. And at center, a 6'7" senior, number 32, Braden Ward. The Warriors are coached by Taylor Woods, assisted by Matthew Crouch and Mark DeLong.
Now, let's meet your undefeated Ripley Vikings. He wears number 23, a junior guard, Cade Good. Number 21, a junior forward, Brady Anderson. Number 20, a 5'9" junior guard, Virgil Myers. At point guard, a 6'1" senior, number 11, Isaiah Casto. And the man in the middle, 6'11" senior, at center, number 1, Luke Johnson. The Vikings are coached by Derek Holmes, Jameson Hunts,
Starting lineups brought to you this afternoon by Tom Hunter. Doing a fantastic job here setting in for the late Mike Rubin. And the win one for Rube continues, Jeff. It's been a fantastic year, and I can promise you Mike Rubin's looking down from heaven, enjoying every moment of this.
One game at a time. Brother Dale in attendance here this afternoon to watch the Vikings.
Johnson will jump it against Ward at center court, and the Vikings control the tip for the 14th consecutive time this year. If you're keeping that stat at home, Myers with it, left wing. Back to Johnson, right of the circle. He'll shoot the three. Got it. Right where he left off, Jeff, the other night. Shooting the three well.
He has been stroking.
Here's a steal, and it is good with the steal. Back to Anderson. Now skips it cross court to Myers. Johnson thought about another three, left wing. Good. Down on the block they go to Anderson. Spin move. Goes to his left shoulder and beautiful finish in traffic. 5-0 Vikings.
What a move that time by Anderson as he cleared the two defenders and laid it up strong.
Up the near side, Koepning into the front court to Mitchell. He'll shoot a three right of the circle. That's off the mark. Rebounded by Isaiah Casto, and Myers quickly with it. Back to Anderson, top circle. He'll drive it. Head and shoulders fake. Shot up and in and one. And that'll be a foul on Dominic Taylor, I believe. Jeff, we'll wait and see the official call. It is.
And that's a huge mismatch as Taylor, undersized, trying to guard Brady Anderson, and Brady took advantage of him, caught the ball at the elbow, and just attacked the rim.
Vikings is 7-0 lead. All 7 coming from their bigs. 3 for Johnson, 4 for Anderson, and he misses the free throw. And you can see the athleticism of Braden Ward as he goes high to gobble in that rebound. And now another steal. It's Myers this time. Here's a look at three from Good, and he cans it.
What a start, partner. You said it. The Vikings on fire here to begin this game.
10-0. Vikings lead it. Here's Koepning looking for a screen. Angling toward the far sideline. Now trap. Turnover. Another steal. Here's a run out and a layup by Isaiah Casto. And a quick timeout by Riverside. What a start, Jeff.
Wow.
For the Ripley Vikings.
You said it, partner. A great double team over there. Great hands. Cade saves it. Isaiah finishes it. Virgil gets a steal. I mean, it's just the guards for the Vikings have applied all kinds of pressure in the front court, and it has really bothered the Warriors guards.
12-0. Now they'll have to find a way to crawl back into this game, Jeff, and they certainly have the ability to do that with Braden Ward. They have to get the ball in the front court. If they can do that, they've got to try to get the ball down the block to Ward, and I know that's something Coach Woods is working on right now.
Yeah, and the problem has been they haven't got it into their offense whatsoever, as the Vikings have applied all kinds of pressure. Did a good job in the half-court defense the one time, forced a errant three, and it's been the pressure of Ripley so far this game, partner, that has really, really bothered this team from Riverside.
It's business as usual once again for this Ripley team, Jeff. They just don't seem to get rattled at any point in games that they've trailed late. They just play and they have fun. And again, we talk about having that same mindset as their head coach, and it seems to rub off.
And they love playing here. They love playing in front of these fans.
Here's Mitchell with it. Vikings back the pressure off a touch. Now back to Terrell Jr. He has it at the foul line. Gets it in the corner to Koepning. He'll drive it baseline. Back to Mitchell. Corner three. Too strong. Brady clears it.
Did you see him clear out that time? He made all kinds of space so he could go get that ball.
Isaiah with it in the front court. Gets a screen from Johnson. Here's the lob. Look out below. The pass was a little bit off. It goes into the hands of Cade Good near corner.
Isaiah looks at him and says, "My bad, big fella."
He hasn't missed many of those this year. And they'll probably look for another one at some point. They like to do that out of timeouts, and a offensive foul called on Brady Anderson, which Brady just now figuring out they called it on him, and he's a a little bit shocked.
14 games in, I haven't seen that one as he was being held.
Very, very difficult call on Brady Anderson, but that'll be his first. So keep an eye on that. He's got to stay in this ball game. Ward crashes into the scorer's table, and then we get a 3 from Terrell Jr. 12-3, Vikings lead it.
So Riverside finally gets on the board.
Can't fall asleep now, Jeff, as they got a little sloppy the last couple of possessions. It's only a 9-point game, and that's a foul on Ward, his first. Not the time Taylor Woods wants him to pick up a foul, I'm sure, Jeff.
They're going to call that on Taylor, holding Brady underneath.
Oh, wow. So that's 2 on Taylor. Here's an inbounds to Luke. Easy bucket, lays it up and in.
And he took that one right over Ward, Brian, and finished strong.
14-3 your score. There's Terrell Jr. Splits the double team. In the corner to Mitchell. Mitchell drives it. Foul line extended. Couple head and shoulders fakes off the Ward. Runs over top of Viking. Can't finish. Little flop there, I think, by Isaiah, but no call. Brady off to Isaiah. Near corner 3. Too strong. Ward tracks it down.
Shot that one a little quick. Had some a little more time than that, but I like him shooting it, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. Here's a 3 from Mitchell. No good. Luke high for the rebound. Dylan Casto will check in. Next dead ball. 4:25 to go. And you can't throw that pass. You can't throw it through the defender's shoulder. Vikings turn it over. Here's Copening in the front court. Taylor back to Copening, left wing. Now near side. Mitchell down on the block. They go to Ward. Ward, little left hand scoop shot. No good. Rebounded by Luke.
The big man for the Vikings altering that shot.
Standing his ground, and he'll shoot a 3 over Ward in transition off the front of the iron. Brady taps it to himself, keeps it alive. He'll go triple teamed, and he gets it up and in.
And the foul.
Wow. Great effort by Brady Anderson. 16-3 the score, and that is on 13 Copening, his first, team's third. And Brady's going to the line looking for point number 7.
Brady is making his presence known here early. 3:54 to go in the first period. Vikings lead 16-3 over the Warriors from Riverside.
Taylor out. Bryce Green is in, and Brady still struggling from the free throw line, and Ward skies for that rebound. Ward in transition. Look out below. Dunks it home. You can see that coming. He got a full head of steam to the basket, and he was not going to be denied. The athleticism of that big man on display now defensively. That brought the Riverside fans to their feet as Brady gets an easy bucket there.
One little spurt is all they got out of that, and then Brady quiets the crowd. You know, that lay-in by Brady counted the same as that dunk.
It certainly isn't quite as exciting when you're a Riverside fan, no doubt. Shot blocked. Copening, rebounded by Johnson. Here come the Vikings the other way. Brady with it in the paint, reversing it, near corner 3. Dylan Casto, too strong. Isaiah rebound, can't get it put back. Wow.
And he was right there.
Cleared by Ward. And Hedrick will check in. Anderson out.
Cade Good back into
Myers
the game.
out. A little smaller lineup now for the Vikings. 4 guards and a big.
Still good matchups out there for the Vikings as they play man-to-man.
2:52, clock turning 18-5. The Vikings lead it here in the first quarter. Jumped out to a 12-0 lead. Now here's Casto with another steal. He'll go end-to-end. Shot up, can't convert. Johnson boards it. Floater, no good. Rebounded by Copening and over the back on Hedrick.
And Dylan made a good, strong drive. A lot of contact, no call. Luke put up a baseline jumper, couldn't get it to fall, and then the foul call on Hedrick.
So good defense, and the Vikings couldn't get anything out of it.
But another steal there by Dylan Casto. He's really been good at that the last few games.
18-5. Here's Mitchell. Off to Terrell Jr. Down the block to Ward. Reversing it in the corner. Copening for 3. No good. Rebounded by Johnson. Vikings dodge a bullet.
And a good box out that time by Luke.
Here's a three on the other end. No good. Isaiah can't connect. And it'll be out of bounds to Riverside.
And he knew when he released it that wasn't going in, and he made a beeline in there.
Here's Green. He'll throw it to Koepning, now to Mitchell in transition. Takes it all the way to the basket, lays it up and in. Vikings did not stop the basketball. 18-7 your score.
The last two buckets that Riverside has made, that's exactly what's happened, Brian. We have not stopped the ball, and that's the most important thing out there.
Hedrick to Johnson, who's going to dunk at home, and a little bump from Ward gets him off balance. Could see it coming. Now he's going to the free throw line, and that's first foul on Ward, team's fourth.
Ward did not want the big guy to slam that down. So the push from behind.
Luke shooting 55% from the line this year. Unusual for him. He makes the first. Virgil Myers checks back in. Isaiah Casto will grab a quick break. Luke gets both. He has 7 here this afternoon. 20-7 your score.
Stroke really looks good right now, doesn't it?
Shooting it well, for sure, especially from three-point land. And to me, the free throw shooting issue for the Vikings is all between the ears. Ball loose. Ward gathers it in, goes to his right shoulder, back to Koepning, far corner. Had a shot at a three, back to Green on the handoff. Now Ward guarded by Johnson. He's double-teamed on the block. He'll turn baseline. Tough shot. Can't get it to drop.
Good job of Luke just holding his ground and getting that big, long wingspan up there.
Virgil throws it away in transition. The Vikings give it right back as Brady will check in. Hedrick out.
Vikings, another missed opportunity. Dylan Casto was spotted up. So nobody around that time. Virgil just didn't see him.
Junior Crowder in. Have 2 15s on the roster, so I hope that's correct. Here's another turnover. This one's stolen by the Vikings. Virgil in the front court, off to Good. Back to Johnson, top circle. Near corner, 3 from Myers. That's no good. Luke with the rebound, spin move, double team, shot, no good.
Boy, a lot of contact down there, and that official on the baseline does not. He and Brady both have got hit a couple times on shots, and you know, the number one thing you usually hear is protect the shooter when you're officiating, but they took a couple hits and can't get a call right now.
So Isaiah back in the ball game. Now Myers left wing, looking for a screen, off to Good on the handoff. Picks up his dribble at the elbow, back to Casto, back to Good, right wing. Yo-yoing it across the top circle. Far corner, Myers. Trying to get it on the block to Anderson. Good. He'll look at a near corner 3.
Got it.
Good shot from K. Good.
He has been playing so well, Brian, the last few games. He has shot the ball. He's defended. His all-around game has really been good. And there's another turnover.
23-7. Turnover, Bryce Green with 27.1 to go. And the Vikings should be able to hold for the final shot here. Jumped out to a 12-0 lead, and it's been 11-7 since the Taylor Woods timeout, a couple of minutes into the ball game. So Riverside has settled down a little bit. They got off to such a tough start. They've dug a hole that they're going to have to try to dig out of all afternoon. And Isaiah Casto to the basket and 1. He said, I'm not making the 3. Let's go where I feel a little more comfortable. And he takes into the paint and uses his strength and finishes with that left hand.
And he can knock down this free throw, 26 points in the first period as he does, and that's huge. Start this ball game.
26-7, 12 seconds. Here's Green trapped in the backcourt, off to Koepning. Now across the timeline to Crowder. Crowder trapped, off to Koepning, off the knee, maybe some contact, no call with 1.8. So the Vikings have to go the length of the court here. Isaiah gets it on a run. He'll shoot at three-quarter court, and it's too strong. And the Vikings take a 26-7 lead into the second period. We'll return to more basketball after this, right here on C98, The Bull. Vikings, a commanding lead. Here as we begin the second period of action, it'll be Mitchell, Terrell Jr., Copening, Crowder, and Ward on the floor for Riverside. Johnson, Isaiah Casto, Virgil Myers, Brady Anderson, and Cade Good here to begin the second period. For the Warriors will have it, moving from left to right at our broadcast position here courtside at the Health Center. As they try to dig out of this hole. Crowder with it between the circles, off to Copening. Copening comes near side to Mitchell. Now Terrell Jr. with it, guarded by Myers. Gets a screen from Crowder. Crossover. Nice pass to Copening. Now Mitchell looks at a three in the corner, no good. Luke, a fantastic job blocking out that big man. Braden Ward, big physical player. And Luke gets a look at a three straight away. That's short. Falling in love with the three-point shot. They've been falling here of late. They will continue to shoot it.
Vikings playing really good defense so far in this game, allowing Riverside a one and done usually when they get a shot, Brian, and a lot of their shots have not been clean looks.
I thought we've done a nice job on the defensive glass here this afternoon so far. Mitchell. You look at Braden Ward, he's kind of a combination of Luke and Brady in one. You look at the strength and athleticism and the size. Certainly the most athletic, probably the most skilled big we've seen all season long.
He's a nice looking
from the
player.
Opposition. Now Copening, good look at a three, and he buries it. Good look from Ward out of the post to get him an open shot. 16-point Viking lead. Isaiah with it. He'll set the offense for the Vikings. Gets a screen from Johnson. They look for there's the back lob. Again, he gets it this time.
Yep.
You knew it was coming. Isaiah was really disappointed to not connect on that first one. And
pass was perfect.
The favor. Here's Ward in transition. Strong take. A lot of contact, no call. High rebound for Casto. Good. Quickly into the front court. Back to Casto. Ward guarding him. Here's Good. Three. High arcer off the back of the iron. Brady taps it. Keeps it alive. Head and shoulders fake. Shot up and in.
He's just so strong down there, Brian. When he gets his mitts on it like that and gets balanced, he is a load down there in that low post, and Riverside thus far doesn't have any answers.
That foul is on Crowder, his first. Brady in double figures. And Coach Taylor Woods was telling me before the game, Brady was the difference last year, and he's proven to be that again so far here early on as the Vikings lead increases to 21. Braden Ward, there you see the athleticism of that young man. Dribbles into where you're not supposed to and turns it over.
Yeah, not a smart play there by Ward.
Here's Good. He'll look at a three over the outstretched hands of Ward. Rebounded by Copening. Good job by Ward to affect that shot. He didn't block it, but he certainly made Cade shoot it a little higher than he probably wanted to. All kinds of trouble on the offensive end here for Riverside, and the back tap knocks it out of bounds.
And they say a deflection, a perfect pass to Coach Mullins. He was spotted up for a three.
That's fantastic old man defense by Virgil Myers. You will see that on a Sunday afternoon down here at the Health Center.
The reach around back tap.
Yes. Yes. Typically called a foul, not called in this situation.
And they're letting them play, Brian, and they're letting them play on both ends. As you said, there was a lot of contact down there when Ward went up also, and no call.
That was nifty ball handling there as Terrell Jr. gets himself into the air and can't get rid of the basketball and turns it over. Thought he was fouled. Dylan Casto in the ball game. 5:22 to go here in the first half. 31-10, Vikings lead it. Isaiah down the block to Anderson. Head and shoulders fake. Shot up, no good. Tap back in by the big man, Luke Johnson. Those two playing well off of each other here this afternoon. 33-10. Copening, trap, near corner. Off to Crowder. Back to Terrell Jr., left wing. Between the legs dribble. Crowder has it. He'll drive it into the paint. Back out to Copening. Baseline, trapped. Good defense by the Vikings. Crowder now back to Terrell Jr., now to Mitchell. Left wing, he'll drive it. Floater, baseline, in and out. Good move, couldn't finish.
They had Ward posted up that time on Isaiah Casto, and they just couldn't find him. Good defense by the Vikings. Good recovery.
Isaiah. A lot of contact that time. Foul's going to be, I believe, on Mitchell. Now they're going to call it on Crowder. That'll be his second.
Yeah, I thought that was on Mitchell also.
So Casto to the line, misses the first one.
Isaiah a little quick on the gun tonight. Usually he gets himself set a little bit. He doesn't dribble, as we've talked about all year long, with his free throw shooting. He usually catches it, sets, and fires.
He's shooting 69% on the season. One of the better free throw shooters on this team. No dribbles, as you said, shot up in.
There,
he gets
good
one
looking
of
stroke
two.
there.
24-point Viking lead. Ward off the inbounds. Into the ball game is Green, and a timeout whistled by the Riverside bench, and he'll get it full timeout. Jeff, let's take 1-2. Vikings, big lead here in the first half, 34-10 with 4:25 to go. We'll return second quarter action after this on C98 The Bull. Vikings sideline. They'll have the basketball trailing by 24. Crowder off to Green, right wing. Now back to Mitchell. He has Hedrick guarding him. Off to Ward. Nice spin move in the paint. In and out. Gets his own rebound. Back out to Kopning. And back to Mitchell. Ball deflected. Here comes Isaiah Casto in transition. He was looking.
Yeah, he sure was. You know what he was looking for, too, don't you?
I do. I absolutely know what he was looking for. He gets a bucket in transition, 36-10, and now Hedrick with some outstanding defense. And here come the Vikings back the other way. Dylan Casto, open three corner, short, rebounded by Ward.
Usually that one's money when Dylan catches it.
That's probably the most open look he's had in weeks, I would say. Here's Crowder. He'll shoot an elbow jumper. That's no good.
And here's Hedrick again digging it out.
Hedrick pulls it out of there. Isaiah in transition off to Anderson. A beautiful pass. Can't finish. Luke boards it. Put back up and in.
And hustle. Those 50-50 balls and those offensive boards have gone Ripley's way. And there's another hustle.
Isaiah with a fantastic steal off to Dylan. Lays it up and in.
Just that quickly, man, they can really extend a lead.
Vikings surging, lead it by 30. Here's Green, push off. No, they call a block on Dylan Casto.
You called it right. There was. It might have been. He might have been a little late getting there, but there was also a push off as Green tried to get to the baseline.
So out will come out the two seniors.
Just the third team foul on the Vikings. So Riverside will have to inbound under their own bucket.
Back in the ball game is Terrell Jr. Nice head and shoulders hesitation move and a foul with 2:40 to go here in the quarter. That's going to be on Virgil. That'll be his first, team's fourth,
K,
excuse me.
It's going to be on K, partner.
All right. Apologies. Cade's first, team's fourth. Here is Ward with it, guarded by Anderson. It's two big boys going at it right there.
Wow.
And Brady gives up a few inches in height, but Ward, a big, strong athlete. Near corner. They give to Terrell Jr. He travels with it. No call. Shot won't go. Virgil tracks down the rebound.
A lot of shaking going on out there, but not a whole lot of bacon, man. That was some possession.
Nice move by Dillon. Takes all the way to the basket, up and in.
And he gets Ward off his feet and still finishes it. Great job by Dillon.
6 for him off the bench. Here's Green in transition. Turnaround, up and in. 42-12. 1:45 to go. Luke will come back in on the next break. Myers in the corner to Hedrick. Hedrick back to Dylan Casto. Left-hand dribble, hands it off to Good. Right of the circle, back to Dylan. He'll shoot a 3, left wing.
Got it.
He got that one in rhythm. Give the assist to Good, 45-12. And Good nearly comes away with the steal. Good defensive play by the junior.
Wow. I mean, 45-12. I didn't expect this. As athletic as Riverside is, Brian, I really thought the Vikings would really have to do something special to get this, and they have. They played really well.
Vikings hitting on all cylinders. Gobo in the ball game. Nice move. Can't finish. Ward rebounded by Johnson. He won't miss many of those that close to the basket. And a 3 from Good. Right wing, or left wing, excuse me. Give the assist to Hedrick. 48-12. They throw the lob. Great play by Ward to keep it alive. Not sure how he got to that basketball, but he gives them an opportunity here to stay on the offensive end.
And great hustle by the Vikings getting back to alter that a little bit.
Here's Ward at the free throw line, double teamed. Now to Crowder, off to Green. Green dribbles it out, passes back to Terrell Jr. He'll reset the offense, looking for a screen from Ward. Left-hand dribble into the paint, double teamed. Reverses it to Green. Green drives it, cut off to Crowder, floater in the paint, no good. Luke rebounds it.
Great defense again by the Vikings. All they're doing is just staying at home and between their man in the bucket and then help everywhere else. So good job.
48-12, Vikings lead it. Here's Good, hounded by Green, goes right around him, takes it to the basket, misses. Luke misses off the offensive rebound, and Green tracks it down. Great effort by Bryce Green, and that's where the quarter will end and the half will end, and the Vikings lead it 48-12 here on Saturday afternoon. We'll return with the Johnson Insurance Agency halftime report after this on C98 The Bull. off to a quick start here this afternoon, Jeff, and never looked back. A 12-0 run to start the ball game, and that has expanded substantially here in that first half. They lead at 48-12 here at the break. And this team, Jeff, never ceases to amaze me. In a moment where they're playing a struggling Riverside team on a Saturday afternoon, it gives you every indication there's a chance for a little bit of let off of the gas, so to speak. Not the case here in the first half for the Vikings.
As I said earlier, they love playing here in the Health Center in front of their home crowd, and they like putting on a show, and they came out today and just did exactly that, Brian. As you said, rushing out to that 12-0 spurt and then never looking back. 48-12, our score here at the half, and they've just executed on both ends very, very well. Offensively, we have ran our sets. We've got scored inside. We've scored outside. Brady Anderson has been dominant in the low post. Luke has been inside and outside. Our guards have knocked down some shots. Cade Good has knocked down shots. Dylan Casto's come off the bench, knocked down 3, got a couple driving layups in the game. So everybody has contributed to this 36-point lead here at the half.
How about Luke Johnson, a double-double at the break? 13 points, 14 rebounds, 6 of them on the offensive end. He has been fantastic, along with Brady Anderson. Brady, 11 points, 4 rebounds. Vikings only 3 turnovers in the first half, playing at that frantic pace.
Well, he stepped up to the challenge. We knew that Braden Ward would be a loaded 6'7", very good build on that young man. I mean, he really looks like a player out there, and he is a good player. But Luke has stepped up his game, and he's just beat him to basketballs. He's knocked down 3s. He's taken it inside the alley-oop dunk. He's boxed him out on the defensive glass and got those rebounds and cleared the boards. We haven't given up a lot of second and third shot opportunities to Riverside today, and that's because our bigs have done a good job, and our guards coming back and helping on the offensive boards. Hedrick comes in the game and does a great job on the defensive end of wreaking havoc out there, creating some turnovers, and then he'll go and rebound it too, the smallest guy on the floor.
You know, if you're Coach Taylor Woods in that locker room right now, you look at the stats, and you're minus 10 on turnovers, and you are minus 13 on the glass. Not to say that you would be leading this game, but it would be much closer if they had done a better job on the offensive glass, keeping the Vikings off of there, and taking care of the basketball. Has turned into, I don't know how many points off turnover for the Vikings. We'd have to add all that up, but there have been several. This game got out of hand because of the turnovers and the easy runouts.
Yeah, and he as a coach has just got to get his players to keep playing. It'll be real easy for them to quit. He's got to motivate them to come back out and play with some pride and try to do something to cut into this lead. We talked about it before we came on the off the break at halftime. We said, you know, if this continues, we'll see a lot of different players into the game for Ripley. Coach Mullins will substitute freely when this thing gets even more out of hand. Coach Woods, on the other hand, has got to keep his kids playing. He's got to keep their heads in the game, even those guys on the bench that will probably be playing some minutes later on in this game too.
You know, with the rotations have tightened up a little bit. Parker Boyd playing some, but for the most part, it's been 7-man rotation for the Vikings. And boy, about 4 games ago, we really, Coach Mullins really dove into that 7-man, maybe 8-man rotation. And we are playing in quite a rhythm right now. I'm not sure I've seen a Viking team over the years play in the type of rhythm on both ends that this team is.
Yeah, and usually, Brian, I mean, most teams in high school, when you start going into your bench, you notice a drop-off of some sort. Not necessarily a major drop-off, but some kind of drop-off. Here lately, the substitutions have been so good and so clean that we haven't noticed that big a drop-off. It doesn't matter if Hedrick comes off the bench. It doesn't matter if Dylan Casto comes off the bench. It doesn't matter if we try to substitute somebody in the low post. They've just came in and done a good job, and they're earning their minutes accordingly. Parker Boyd, as we talked to Coach Mullins, the last game, he said he's earned some minutes in varsity. We're going to get him in the game. He's earned that. So look for these kids to come off the bench and contribute. And I think Coach Mullins has done a great job this year with working these kids in early in games, getting them some experience, and they've had to come in key situations. We think about Winfield. We think about close games like Marietta. We get in some foul trouble. These kids got to come in and contribute, and they have done just exactly that. Couldn't be prouder of them.
All right, Jeff, we'll step out. We'll see if they can keep their foot on the gas in the second half. 48-12, they lead it. You've been listening to the Johnson Insurance Agency Halftime Report on C98, The Bull. Have the basketball as we begin second half action. Good. Off to Isaiah. Starters back in for both teams. Down on the block, they try to force it to Luke, and Braden Ward deflects it out of bounds. And we were looking at the break, Jeff. Luke now 33 points away from 1,000 in his career. So he inches closer and closer to that scoring mark. And it dunks it home. What a beautiful play. Good.
31 now, partner.
Wow.
The countdown is on.
He got a down screen that time from Brady Anderson, and Cade Good delivers a BB to him down on the block, and he just turns around and right hand crams it.
And when
50-12.
When Brady Anderson sets a down screen, that's a down screen. Here we go.
Great pass from Luke off to Myers, and Virgil lays it up and in.
Good defense by the Vikings leads to the run out. Live ball turnovers, we talk about it all the time.
Can certainly get your offense going quickly when you get those type of run outs, and it's done that here today for this Viking team as Mitchell has it between the circles. Gets a screen from Ward. Good guarding him closely. Mitchell all the way to the basket. Wild shot won't go. Rebounded by Brady Anderson. And here come the Vikings back the other way. Luke tries to get one off the lob again. Can't connect. Gathers it back, and then he's going to be fouled.
Isaiah and Luke looking at each other, just giving each other five.
They're a little
got to get it
today.
A little higher, and he looks over at Coach Mullins, and Coach Mullins says he's got to lob it higher. He's not mad at him.
I think that's why they like playing for him so much. They don't feel the pressure if you make a mistake. You know, you're coming out of the ball game, and Luke bounds high into the air. 30 points away. Free throw good.
Look across. His dad just rubbed his head on that one. He said, how'd that go in?
That one's in and out. And I tell you what, that family has become a staple here at the Health Center. 10 years. You've seen Chad and Renee setting across the floor with various different combinations of their 3 sons playing. So it'll be different next year without them here.
It's been a lot of fun, I can tell you that.
Absolutely, 53-12. Here's a 3 from Mitchell. That's no good.
Another rebound.
Luke up for the challenge.
Here he
today.
comes.
Here comes Isaiah off the glass. Send it in! Been waiting for that one, and he got it.
Showtime.
They have been off all afternoon, but not this time.
What did they do?
They call a technical on Luke.
Oh, I don't know what he did. We'll have to see the replay later on. But, I mean, were they calling for hanging on the rim?
Just a big smile.
I don't know, but
having too much fun, maybe.
55-12. That is not going to draw Riverside any closer.
The boos rain down as Mitchell.
Wow. Luke sheepishly looking out there on the floor. I don't have a clue
Terrell
what he did.
Jr. at the line. He makes the first. Second one. Rolls in and out. 55-13.
Said he was taunting.
Luke still grinning.
Has Luke ever taunted anybody in his life? I mean, he's a big man out there, but I haven't seen him taunt.
He taunts me a little bit about my height. But,
well, he does all of us.
It is what it is.
There's a steal by Isaiah.
Isaiah goes into in. He's going to try to dunk it. Can't get it. Everyone having fun here this afternoon. And the putback by Luke won't go. Defended well by Ward.
Give Ward the hustle stat that time.
Here's Ward. Nice move in the paint, up and in.
Good strong move, and he can use that body that way.
57-15, excuse me.
And a golf hand clap as they
get it into Brady. Now to Luke, up and under, lays it up and in.
Even got pushed a little bit from behind. Still finished it. Good job. Great pass.
Cade Good with the assist. 57-15 the score.
Cade doesn't get enough credit for his passing ability sometimes, and that's probably our fault. But he, as you said a little bit ago, he can throw a BB in there.
He has really good court vision.
Pretty good baseball player.
Absolutely. Shortstop, third baseman, plays everywhere for that Viking baseball team. He'll shoot a 3 right of the circle. Got it. Nope. Early called him. Isaiah boards it, and he's going to be called for the foul, I think.
Got the second one. But
second guy.
I thought it was in, too. From our vantage point, it looked like it was right in the middle.
Well, they're calling the foul on Michael Terrell Jr., his second.
Undercut Isaiah a little bit there.
So they'll get it under their own basket, off to Good, top circle. In the corner to Isaiah. He's going to drive it baseline, loses the handle, and Mitchell comes out of there with it.
Good defense by Riverside. They turn over the Vikings.
Throw to Ward. He lays it up and in. Good pass. Good finish.
Lost him that time on the defensive end. He split Brady and Luke that time, found the opening, and a good feed inside to him.
Dylan Casto coming to the scorer's table. He will check in. Probably not come out the rest of this game. Ward pokes it away, back into the hands of Luke. Cross court to Myers. Back to Anderson. A lot of standing on this Viking offense now. Brady maybe got away with a travel. Takes to the basket, and he's going to be fouled. It's going to be Dominic Taylor's third.
And Taylor has had difficulty today guarding the big man. He's out there giving all the effort he's got, but Brady's just got that size on him, and when he can clear him, you can't do anything, either let him go or foul him.
And Brady's really good with the basketball for a big guy as well, Jeff, as Dylan Casto comes in for Cade Good. Back to the line with 12 is Brady Anderson, looking for 13. Short, rebounded by Taylor. 58-17, 4 minutes to go here in the third. Kopning. Left wing, left-hand dribble. Hands it off to Terrell Jr. Now cross court to Mitchell, nearly stolen. Baseline jumper, tough one. Good shot by Samson Mitchell. 58-19. Dylan Castro, far corner three. Got it. Give the assist to Isaiah Castro. Dylan with 10 off the bench. 61-19. Down to Ward, wide open. Misses one. He won't miss too often. He was so surprised to turn around that nobody was defending him, and then nobody picks up Luke in transition. And then he breaks out the bow and arrow as he cans a three.
And it's raining threes all of a sudden here at the Health Center on a Saturday afternoon.
You know, how do you defend him, Jeff, when he's doing that? I mean, Coach Woods just turned around and, put his hands in the air. Like, what do? You can't stop
poison.
The guy. And then a foul as Mitchell's bumped out of bounds.
Yeah, sometimes, Brian, I think maybe Riverside thinks we've got 6 guys out there on the floor defensively, because it seems like every time they clear somebody, we have been rotating very well to the ball, and there's somebody else right there. They are probably feeling like they've got a clear path to the basket, and it just hasn't been there all day. Big man comes out for the Vikings.
Vikings going to go small here. Brady Anderson playing the post. Shot off. Dylan Castro rebounds it.
Vikings still pushing the pressure.
Castro into the front court, off to Good. Down on the block they go to Anderson. He'll drive it, baseline. Nice head and shoulders.
Wow.
Thing. What a move by the big guy. And
he's going to get called for a technical also.
He got Ward in the air. And a technical on Brady Anderson. Technicals are raining freely here this afternoon. That's 2 on the Vikings.
He wasn't directing his excitement toward anyone. And that's what Coach Mullins is saying.
Coach Mullins will not be a fan of these moments. He just said stop. Brady's trying to plead his case, and he just looked at him and said stop.
Well, we saw the "you're too small" signal in the JV game. And
oh, that's one of my least favorite taunts in basketball. Maybe it's because I'm short. I don't know, Jeff.
66-20. Our score, game well in hand, and that's the second technical for taunting today on the Vikings after big plays. And
things you don't see often at Ripley High School, 2 taunting technicals in one half. Here's a shot by Mitchell on the way. Anderson boards it, and then the Vikings turn it over.
Trying to get an outlet there, and there goes Dylan.
Dylan Castro with another steal. He's going to get an easy bucket.
He has been doing such a good job, Brian, of anticipating the next pass and getting out there and getting in that passing lane. Brady with another block.
No good. And it's out of bounds of the Vikings.
Yeah, Brady blocked it, and then it went off of the Riverside player. I couldn't tell who it was underneath the basket, but good job of defending that time by Anderson.
Parker Boyd in the game. We're going to probably see him the rest of the way here. 68-20. Vikings lead it. Dylan Castro brings it up into the front court, off to Good. He'll shoot a 3. That's off the mark. Brady rebounds it, had his foot on the end line.
I thought that was good. Cade shot that one in motion, and usually that is money. Just a little bit off that time. Brady in there battling for the boards, and he comes to the sideline, and everybody over there high-fiving him.
What a performance by the blue and white here today. They're going to improve to 14-0, Jeff, and they'll have a trip to St. Albans on Tuesday night to tie the school record for the best start in school history at 15-0.
And a very formidable foe. Tough place to play down there in St. Albans, so that should be a good one.
Here's Mitchell with it. Dribbling through Viking defenders. Turns around. Tough contested shot. No good. Rebounded by Parker Boyd. Quick throw ahead. Here's a toss to Luke. Dunk it home.
What a pass. Look how happy Cade Good is. He's happier about that than if he made the bucket himself.
70-20. Great delivery. Cade racking up the assists here this afternoon. It's been a dunk contest for the Vikings. And a foul. I believe that's going to be on Hedrick. That'll be his first.
Luke was there to help hedge on him, but Hedrick, hand in the cookie jar maybe that time, gets the foul call. Fourth team foul.
Cade's still smiling over there on the far end playing defense after that delivery. He knows he's going to be part of a highlight package that I'm sure Mountaintop Media will put together because he threw a beautiful lob.
Oh, it was gorgeous. And like I say, he was as excited as if he just knocked down a 3 to win the game.
70-20. That's correct. Do not correct your radio or your computer watching this, as the Vikings lead it by 50. Maybe the most lopsided victory here at the Health Center. We'd have to look that up and see. Shot off the mark, rebounded by Good.
Good job of boxing out by Good.
Cade into the front court, floater, 8-footer, short, gets his own rebound, left-hand shot, no good. Put back, Parker Boyd, no good. Ran down by Green. Here comes Terrell Jr. in transition, lays it up. Here's a shot. Dylan Casto off the mark.
He knew it as soon as he let it go. He wasn't set. Little quick on the trigger.
Well, Mitchell shoots a 3, and he makes it.
Coach Mullins slowing the offense down a little bit, getting a little bit out of control.
11 seconds. Hedrick, wide open layup. Converts, 72-25 the score. 4 seconds. Riverside tries to get a shot off as time expires. They do, and that's off the mark.
That's the end of the third quarter.
And the Vikings will take a huge lead into the fourth period, 72-25. They lead at 1 quarter remaining. More basketball after this on C98 The Bull. And the Warriors 1 quarter of action remaining. And it has been all Vikings from the jump here this afternoon, Jeff.
Starting lineup back in the game for Ripley, probably just for a couple minutes here.
The starting lineup in for Riverside as well, with the exception of Braden Ward. Green will be in for him. Actually, Crowder as well. He was in off the bench today. Here's Green. He'll shoot a 3. Near corner. Got it. Good shot from Bryce Green.
The Vikings went to a little bit of a zone that possession.
Shot from Virgil. No good. And Brady clears space. Can't put it back. And back out of there with it comes Isaiah. And Luke continues to dominate.
What a feed by Isaiah. He was looking like he was going to throw it on the wing. Dropped a dime down in there to Luke, and he lays it up.
74-28. Luke with 27 here this afternoon. There's Kopning. Off to Terrell Jr. Back to Kopning, right of the circle. Guarded by Good. He'll hand it off to Goebel. Goebel, left-hand dribble, picks up his dribble. Back to Terrell Jr. In the corner they go with it. To Kopning, baseline drive. Tight roping the inline. Now a tough little floater in the traffic. Can't convert. Rebounded by Casto. Ahead to Myers. Up and under. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Brady. Back out to Good for 3. That's no good. And a foul is called on the rebound.
And a call underneath is going to go against Riverside. And Coach Woods and the bench did not like that call. 5 substitutions for the Vikings. Hedrick, Casto, Connor Casto into the game.
Garrett Rhodes as well. Ward back in for Riverside.
And Boyd back into the game for the Vikings. So, Dylan Casto inbound it to Boyd. And Hedrick now, as you get everything punched in, partner, take back over.
Take a little time to get all that corrected. Here's Connor Casto, drives it to Boyd into the paint. Nice pass from Parker, and Connor lays it up and in.
And Connor gets some good minutes and gets his first bucket of the game.
76-28. They will be big contributors next year. You're getting to look at some guys that are going to play a lot of minutes for this Viking team next year. And there's Boyd.
There's another one.
Playing the passing lane. Here he comes the other way, turns it over.
And he was trying to make the right play. He had Connor Casto filling the other lane. He looked and saw him. And when he did, he lost the dribble a little bit and turned it over. But right idea there by Boyd.
5:42 to go. Here's Mitchell, drives it. Gets away with the travel. Off to Ward. Just turns around, shoots a jump shot. No good. Pretty good.
There's Dylan. Good job boxing out.
Good job by Garrett Rose to hold his ground against Braden Ward. Forced the tough shot as Dylan drives it into the free throw line, leans into it, and he's going to be fouled. That's going to be on Goebel.
Riverside foul on number 4, Nick Goebel, his first.
So Dylan will go to the line, and he hasn't shot many free throws this year, Jeff, but he's 4 for 4.
Good job of getting the defender off his feet. A little bit of a force, but when you draw the foul, you get a little bit of forgiveness on that one, especially if you knock down the 2 foul shots.
Gets the first. He's 5 of 5 so far this season. Second one on the way. Good. He has 14 off the bench here this afternoon. 78-28. Vikings lead it. Here's Green. Off to Mitchell. Mitchell, right wing, guarded by Boyd. Dribble handoff. It's Kopning. Now back to Green. Down the block they go to Ward. A big advantage down there for him on the block. He reverses it back out to Green, or excuse me, to Goebel. Now back to Kopning. And they're going to shoot a 3. Mitchell buries it.
And Connor Casto is going to get some good experience going up against the big man.
That's a man he's trying to defend right now. It is a big athlete. Here's Hedrick. Shot won't go. Rebounded by Green. He turns it over. Stolen by Boyd. And Connor Casto takes it to the basket. He's going to be fouled with 4:39 to go. Samson Mitchell pleading his case to no avail. The official not having it. And Connor will go to the line. He has 2 points off the bench this afternoon. Make it 3. Free throw up and in. Vikings do a better job from the line today, Jeff. 10 of 15. Not great, but definitely an improvement. Team shooting 61% from the line all season long. So 67% today, a little better.
Yes, it is. And 79-31 our score.
Hedrick, left wing 3, too short. Rebounded by Green. And Kopning will bring it into the front court. Hands it off to Mitchell. Mitchell turns it over. Stolen by Boyd. Into the front court quickly. The Vikings on the run. Dylan Casto, transition 3. Got it. Give the assist to Parker Boyd, and Dylan has 17 off the bench.
His shot coach needs a raise.
You're gonna ride that one all the way to the state tournament.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna try to, partner. You better believe it.
I hope we can get there. This team certainly has the makings of a team that can challenge to play at the Civic Center in March.
Good things are happening for him. He's such a good kid. As are all these kids. I mean, man, we've gotten really close to this bunch. You know, and it seems like even closer with the passing of Rube, but and these guys are really playing hard.
They're special, you know. They not that they haven't had their ups and downs, and you know they've had some moments in the locker room. And the thing about that is, Jeff, it's been contained. It hasn't gotten outside of that locker room.
Growing pains, partner.
For sure, yeah, no doubt about it. Ward misses the first one, second one on the way. No good. Casto rebounds it.
Good job, Connor.
82-31. Connor having the time of his life playing basketball here this winter. Dylan drives it to Hedrick. Hedrick, the elbow, back to Rhodes, back to Hedrick. He'll drive it into the paint. Left-hand shot, good.
Beautiful.
Actually switches off to his right. So Carson Hedrick with 4, 84-31. Vikings lead it.
Garrett Rhodes in there for the Vikings.
Mitchell, wild shot. Ward rebounds and unselfishly out to Goebel. That's no good, and off the back of the iron.
We saw something special out of Garrett in the junior varsity game with a slam dunk off of 2 feet under the basket. It was very impressive. Now he's getting some valuable playing time.
Absolutely.
And he's matching up against the big guy, Ward from Riverside. So good experience for him here tonight also.
Hedrick into the front court. Hedrick's going to want that one Tuesday. He came from St. Albans, so that'll be a old homecoming for him. Here's Boyd, take the basket. Shot blocked by Ward. Rebounded by Terrell Jr. He'll go end to end. Shot no good.
Oh, late call.
As
very
said,
late.
Late whistle. That's going to be on Hedrick. That'll be his second. Team 6.
Terrell knows that was a gift. 84-31. 2:51 still left in the fourth period of play.
Shot up and in.
As the Viking bench has just continued to attack and score buckets also.
Shot up and in for Ward, or Terrell Jr., excuse me. He makes both. 84-33 the score. Hedrick quickly into the front court, puts his head down, goes to the basket and draws the foul on Bryce Green. That'll be Green's first, I believe. Team's 8th. So the Vikings will be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
Coach Mullins looking up at the clock, walking down the bench, talking to some of his youngsters. Probably going to get them in here too, and he's just making sure their heads are right when they come off that bench.
And some good vibes in the Health Center here this afternoon. Hedrick misses the second. Green clears the rebound. 85-33, Vikings lead it. It's Mitchell into the front court. Off to Goebel. Ball deflected out of bounds by Hedrick. Good defense by the senior.
And the Vikings continue to hustle on the defensive end. Still giving Riverside some fits out there.
Inbound to Ward. He goes high for it. Passes off to Terrell Jr. Good defense by Parker Boyd. Off to Samson Mitchell. He'll drive it. At the elbow. Nice pass on the block to Ward. He's double teamed. Reversing it out to Green. Now Green. Nice skip pass to Mitchell. Mitchell drives it into the paint. Floats one up and in. Wow.
I didn't think it had a chance when it left his hand.
What a shot. 85-35. Samson Mitchell with 12. Hedrick, Vikings slowly into the front court, off to Boyd. To Rhodes. Now back to Hedrick. Back to Casto. Casto steps into a 3 left wing. Got it. He knew he was coming out. He said, I'm getting my last shot up. And then a timeout, and he has 20 off the bench. So Rhodes and Connor Casto will stay in the ball game.
As all the Viking starters get to their feet, congratulating those young men who just came off the floor.
So in the ball game for the Vikings, Rhodes, Casto, shot off by Mitchell, rebounded by Ward. Back to Green, to Ward, two-hand flush. Nobody there to stop him. No. 8 for him. Garrett Rhodes, Connor Casto, Davin Rose, Ross Van Meter, and Zach Arnold. He fires a 3, does Zach Arnold. Mitchell clears the rebound, and quickly is Ward. Nobody wants to be on that poster, and they let him take it in and dunk it.
They got it under 50 with that dunk.
Not something you're going to hear at the Health Center too often. Now Mitchell off the board, they try to go, and nothing there. Stolen by Rose. Arnold off to Van Meter for 3. Too strong. Rebounded by Casto. Step through, lays it up and in.
Good job, Connor Casto with the offensive board and the putback.
Vikings with 90 points here this afternoon. Here's Mitchell. 30 seconds to go. Terrell Jr. Back to Mitchell. Near corner 3. Guy, nope. Early called him again. Now to Terrell Jr. That's in and out. Mitchell rebound. Put back. Good.
Vikings not going and attacking the defensive boards.
90-41. Coach Mullins says no shot, and they're going to let the time expire here at the L Center, and the Vikings are going to win big. 14-0. They'll go to St. Albans on Tuesday with a chance to tie a school record. A big afternoon here for the Vikings. We'll step out when we return. We'll have the WVU Madison Jackson General Hospital post-game report after this on C98. Bull.
some things, but the guys really came in and did what they were supposed to. I think it's a testament to how we practiced this week. Like I said, I don't think we practiced well the past couple weeks. Just kind of been going through the motions, and we've been winning, but haven't won like this. And I think it's a test of how we practiced this week. It's why we won like we did.
Coach, you had 47 rebounds today and only 5 turnovers. You're going to win a lot of basketball games if you're able to do that on a nightly basis.
Every bit of it, yeah. First thing on the board, the keys to the game is rebound in all capital letters. And guys were making hits today, boxing out well, all 3, 4, 5 guys. And turnovers, like you said, 5 turnovers. It's going to be hard to beat us when we're turning over that amount of times and rebounding the ball like that and making shots.
One thing I need you to clean up before the next game are the taunting technicals in the second half. I think we can clean that up before the
I think so.
Game.
That's why I sat Luke out. I was like, Luke, we can't afford another. You know what happens? You get 2 technicals. He's like, what, coach? I said, well, if the second one you're out of the game, you're ejected, and then you get 2-game suspension. And we can't afford to have that, especially with the kind of school record lingering. We're 14-0, and of course 15-0 is tying it, and Thursday could be 16-0. But again, one day at a time. Proud of how the guys came out and played tonight.
Coach, we knew you weren't happy at the end of that Lincoln County game with the performance of your team. Completely flipped the script here today, and we talked about it on the broadcast. Even when you went to your bench today, whoever substituted in, we didn't drop off. The pressure stayed on the defensive end. You ran your offense. You got good looks all night long. Just a great performance by each and every one that you put into this ball game against a pretty athletic team out there in Riverside.
Yeah, guys responded. That's something else we've talked about, is how we haven't played 32 minutes, 4 quarters in a game. I thought we played 3 quarters at times, and majority of the games that we played this year has been 2-quarter games for us. And I thought, for the most part, we played all 4 quarters. Again, this team, they played with a lot of really good teams. They played Capital on Thursday and got beat by 13 points, and it was a ball game all the way through. So they're not a bad team by any means. I just thought we executed and did what we were supposed to do today.
Coach, talk about playing with a little bit of pressure now. You've played with so much freedom all season long. Nobody expected much of us coming in. You started winning. You got highly ranked. The X kind of got on your back a little bit. Now you're going to go on the road Tuesday against a pretty decent St. Albans team to tie a school record. It'll be interesting to see how your kids respond to that pressure as postseason looms and all these different things floating around. It'll be fun to see how we play.
Every bit of it. St. Albans had our number last year. That's another game, though, where it's a payback game for us, a little revenge game. Super athletic, physical kids. They remind me of Parkersburg, maybe a little bit better skilled-wise. They got 3 really good guards and 2 bigs down inside that are 6'4", 6'5", super athletic. They're a good team. I think they're 8-7, 9-7 in MSAC, which is really good. But we got to come ready to play. It's a big court. Always a tough environment every time you go down there. These guys, they knows what's at stake. So I think they'll come into practice on Monday, just how we did these past 3 days in practice, getting after it. We don't take no days off. It's not like a day before a game to where we're just going to go through the motions. No, we get up and down, full of energy, a lot of emotions, getting into it, being really competitive, and that's how we're going to do it Monday, getting ready for Tuesday.
You talk about 2 bigs. Our 2 bigs showed up early and often in this game. Both Luke and Brady down low, they had no answer.
Yeah, they dominated. They really dominated. I thought Brady did a really good job of sealing and going and crashing the offensive rebounds. Anytime that big boy's crashing off, and it's hard to move him when he's up in the air. So if it's his ball, if the ball's in the air, it's his ball. If he's around the basket, I mean, especially when he's going up there with 2 hands. We preach every day in practice. We do a lot of drills at the beginning about doing everything off 2 feet, everything off 2 hands, and that's something they were doing a lot better job of.
Coach, one last question. Jeff and I have talked the last couple of weeks just how much fun this has been for us to be a part of it. Talk from your perspective and inside that locker room. How much fun are the coaches having? How much fun are the players having?
It started during the summer and just being around these guys for, 3-4 days a week during the summer and the fall. Now we're every day with them for the most part. They're having a blast. These kids are great kids, all the way from 1 all the way down to 18. We got 18 of them. And, of course, me and both Coach Hunts, each and every day we come in here and we try to cherish it because you don't get these days back from practice and the game. So we try to cherish every little moment that we have, from all the wins that we've had to the practices to the tough stuff that we've dealt with throughout the year. Just little things that we got to keep on improving on. But this team's amazing team, and couldn't be more proud of them so far. But we're still keep taking steps forward, no steps back. Keep moving forward with it.
Coach, enjoy it. Best of, we'll see you on Tuesday, I guess. Best of luck in that one. We'll chat before then, but enjoy this one, man. Go get a little rest.
We'll do. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Coach Derek Mullins, Ripley Vikings with a fantastic performance here this afternoon. Saturday afternoon basketball. They put 90 points on the board. They got out to a 12-0 lead in this ball game, Jeff, and then just kept their foot on the gas the whole way.
And that was the thing, Brian. You just wondered when Riverside was going to make a run. The Vikings defensively would just not allow it. They came out. I know they were trying to stop the big man inside Ward, but everybody else locked down also. Even when it went in the low post, we doubled down on him, but we were able to get back out on shooters and get a hand up, which really bothered them early in the ball game. And just fun to watch. We got a little over-exuberant a couple times, maybe even over here, but, it is fun. It is a game, and these kids are making memories, that's for sure.
Well, Jeff will wrap it up here from the Health Center on Saturday afternoon. The Vikings win it big. As we said a moment ago, our next broadcast will be down at St. Albans Tuesday evening. The WVU Medicine Jackson General Hospital countdown to tip-off begins at 7. That game's set to tip off at 7:30. Should be a fun night.
Sure should. We're looking forward to it. Let's see if we can go break some records.
Your final score from the Health Center, the Vikings win it 90-41 over Riverside. For Jeff Waybright, I'm Brian Johnson. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great weekend. God bless.